All right, friends, let's talk about how you can improve the search capabilities of your website. In today's world, we have this challenge of the AI looking at your website. Okay, a percentage of the traffic you have that hits your site are bots that are scouring your site looking for information, for indexing, for the search engines, and for other things like that as well. So sometimes you'll see like there's a whole bunch of people that hit your site that basically hit the site but didn't really spend a lot of time on your site, like 0 seconds, but they did two or three things. Sometimes those are bots that are looking at your site, scouring it, looking for information and things. Um, so what we want to do though is think about how do we get seen by AI? See, Google is using more and more AI in their search features, and so more and more search engines are going to be using these as well. What this means is an AI has to see your website as worth it. Okay, so normally what happens in a Google search, somebody types in a question, like a customer, let's say. They type in a question and you hope that your website shows up as one of the possible websites that could answer their question. So that's what SEO traditionally is all about. How can I convince Google that my website is going to answer that question so that you can be found for your local area? So you geolocate yourself with your maps and things. So Google says, oh, here's where they can find that information in a local from local companies. That's traditional search. What AI does is when your customer types in their question, AI pulls all that information together, then goes and reads everybody's websites and says, oh, here's the answer, and then brings that answer back to the customer and says, here's the answer to your question. Now, this does two things. One is it makes the customer get to an answer faster. Okay, doesn't always, unfortunately, guarantee a true or accurate answer. It depends on the data that it's pulling from. So don't completely trust the AI stuff out there. But also, it means if the customer can get an answer without having to go to your website, they're not going to go to your website. Okay, so you're losing that link traffic to your website, which is going to devalue why even have a website if no one's going to look at it. Now, here's the challenge, okay, is you want to actually get an AI to believe your website is a premier site. It's a site that's going to be helpful to your customers, a site that is going to make it easier for them to find the information. Because if the AI is pulling from your website, when it gathers the information together, it will cite you in the post for the AI summary. And then you can be listed on the links on the site too. Now, all of this shows up above the traditional SEO. So this is a good thing. Now, somebody types in, I'm looking for a plumber near me, they're going to pull up a map and look at those things. But if somebody types in, how do I fix a leaky faucet? It's going to be an AI feature. Now, they show that as of, it's actually over the holidays, I think is what it was, that almost a little over 13% of all searches on Google were using the AI summary. Now that doesn't sound like a lot. 13%, okay, that's not huge, but you have to realize that that is millions of people. That's a lot of searches because the search volume is huge. So 13% is a big deal. Now, if that's happening in your local area, especially, that can cause problems. So you want to build a website that is going to be more conducive to more content, more information, more answering questions, more helpful for your ideal customer. So those are things to think of. So this can be a blog that you update. This could be having just pages dedicated to answering certain questions like tutorials and things, okay? Make sure when you put this in there, you don't just dump a bunch of content in. You still want to follow good practices, make it easy to read, maybe have bulleted parts, maybe have certain parts that are highlighted or bolded out. So you can have like summaries and then the paragraph is like a deep dive into it. And then another summary and the paragraph is a deep dive into it. Those kinds of things to make it easy to read. That is going to help the computers to look through it. You set those up properly. It's also going to make it easier for people, if they go to your website, to look it up also. Honestly, okay, the goal of your website is not to be something that Google likes. The goal of your website is to be something your customer wants to tell their friends about. And that's not just your business service, but actually have a website that they'll share. They'll be like, hey, you need to go look at the site. It has valuable information for you as well. I solved my lawn problems by going to their website. They helped me out with a bunch of stuff. I'm now considering to hire them to help me with my lawn. You need to go see their website too. It'll help you out. It'll answer those questions for you. That's the kind of site you really want to build. That's what you need to be thinking about when you're working with your web designers to say, what do we need to build on our site? Well, what is this kind of site that my customer wants to see? What are they expecting? What do they want to see? And let's go after that. Let's think in those terms, and that is going to be valuable information so that you can build a better website. So think of the structures, think of the kind of questions you're going to be asked by people, anything that's a common question, anything that's coming up traditionally in search. You want to be answering those questions. You want to be on top of having that content for the people in your area to learn from, so that your website is the one they want to tell their friends about, to come learn and be supportive of your business. And then, of course, on your website, this is just the first part of it. On your website, have a way to capture people's information. Have a way for them to subscribe, have a way for them to connect with you so that you can follow up, you can work with them, you can do more to nurture and build them up to becoming a customer of yours in the near future as well. So that's what you want to do, okay? Think in those terms, and that will help you to build a much better website to help you to grow your business and have more success. If you want help with your website or social media or online ads or other types of marketing, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help you out and making sure that you have success in your marketing. Thanks for watching.